What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girls, Destiny Debray. Damn, that was bad.
Yeah, what you wanna know about?
Confronted by my enemies, seem they wanna be me. Ricardo Tisci Lamborghini, so they all see me. Pull up on these lame stunting like it ain't nothing. Whole click flash.
What's the word? What's the wave? What it do, boo? It's your girl, Destiny Debray. Back at it again with another video. Today, I'm doing a highly requested brow tutorial. A lot of my friends and random people on IG were asking like, oh my god, drop the brow tutorial, drop the brow tutorial. So I'm actually dropping it, and it's gonna be good because it's gonna have hacks in it. It's very detailed. I'm very meticulous with the way I do my eyebrows. It takes me a very long time because I like my brows to be twins as closely as possible. Like today, they're not even really twinning. They're like, they sisses. They sisses. But the point is, let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you mucho for coming back. So right here, I'm showing you guys what I'm using. I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Honey in dark brown and some Elego concealer and a nice brush to blend it out. And then I grab a beauty blender, which I didn't use, but I do highly recommend using a beauty blender or a Real Technique sponge or something of the sort to blend out any concealer if you use a very, very thick concealer. What I'm doing here is just taking my spoolie and I am just brushing my brows in the direction I want them to go, and then you're gonna go in and outline your brow. Underline first, underline both sides first, and you wanna check your arch. You wanna make sure both arches are lining up. Now, if you already have a brow shape, you can follow your brow shape or you can make the shape you want. That's why I prefer to make the shape of the brow first. I also want to emphasize upon underlining your brow, don't bring the underline all the way inward to the innermost part of your brow. You want to leave maybe about a little less than a quarter of the space because you don't want any super harsh lines. We want to go for that gradient effect, and that's just me being stupid. And yeah. This right here was just me letting y'all know they don't match, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going because when you conceal, it'll fix all of your problems. Now I'm starting to fill in. When you fill in, you wanna press hard because you're gonna start by filling in your tail. We want that part to be the darkest, so I usually press as hard as I can. I'm not gonna lie, girl, sometimes I'll be pressing a little too hard and the eyebrow hairs get to dropping. I'm probably doing a little too much, so yeah, be better than me. But always start at your tail and work your way inward, and as you work inward, make your hand lighter. Now, what I like to do is I like to take my spoolie and brush all the hairs down, fill in any gaps I see, and brush up and fill in any gaps I see. Do that as much as you need. Now, honey, we've inched into the innermost part of our brow, and you want to imitate how I held your pencil because you want to have a very light hand and do like a feather flicking dot. So feather flicking dot, darling, you want to imitate hair. So you kind of want to do a motion that is imitating hair, light strokes, somewhat going up, some going upward the closer you move into the innermost part of your brow. And as you inch a little closer to your tail, I like to do a motion that's almost like a swoop upward, a swoop up and over. And right here, you see me doing exactly what I told you not to do, which is going in the innermost part of your brow and highlight the top and the bottom. Because once you do that at this point, take the spoolie and you want to brush it up. Because then, for some reason, the product kind of drags upward, and we're trying to imitate hair as much as possible. If you have thicker brows, you may not have to do this step. Here I go again, honey love with the feather flicking dot. 3 fingers at the top, thumb at the bottom. You want to have a very, very light hand. I'm just filling in those gappy spaces. I like doing this method because I don't want them gappy parts to get super dark. That's a no-no. No, no, no. Now I'm taking my LA Girl concealer. You want to get it as flat as can be. Flat, 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 flat. You want it to give you slope. You don't want no parabola, honey. You want that thing to be straight, straight. How I get it straight is from this. You squeeze it, and I wipe the concealer onto the back of my hand, and at the very, very, very edge, you dip very, very lightly. I mean super light. Like, you probably won't even see it. And drag it across your hand so you take off any excess. And same exercise you did to outline your brows the first time, you're going to do the same exact thing. Very, very light. It just makes it look super, super crisp. Now, if you are a beginner, using the LA Girl, because it already has a brush, will be easier to outline the top of your brow, because I know using them brushes, they was throwing me off. So yeah, try it with a concealer that already has a brush on and see how it works for you. Now, this is me cleaning up because I felt like my underline on this brow wasn't as straight. Don't be afraid to go back in and remove more of what you outlined or colored in. You want to start from the innermost part of your brow, especially if you're trying to edit your arch. Go in from your innermost part of your brow, making sure that it lines up in height to the other brow, and just drag upward more, but not taking off that innermost peak corner, because you want your brows to at least appear even. You get what I'm saying? But that makes sense. Y'all let me know if I'm good at explaining stuff. Let me know. Now here, I slipped up and did the opposite and didn't conceal close enough to my brow. So now I'm starting right where it's filled in densely how I want it, and I'm dragging it downward to cover up the skin that's exposed. You always want to start from the last part that looks how you want it to look and follow that line so that everything continues to line up. Now what you see me doing here is going in and cleaning up my brow, because I noticed the brow that I'm working on was much thicker than the other brow, and I like my brows to match in thickness, and I don't like them too thick, even though I got more than enough space for it with my big forehead, but I wanted to go in and make it thinner. So again, I'm starting all the way at the innermost part of my brow and working my way over, because you want everything to be even and everything to be aligned. Now that I have everything to the height and thickness that I want, I'm going in with my concealer, and I'm concealing for real this time. Rather than just doing a very thin outline with the concealer, I'm going in and covering more of the hairs on the bottom. I don't really go in too much higher than that with the concealer on the top of my brow to highlight, because I feel like once you put your foundation and stuff, everything will blend out. But underneath my brow, I really liked it to be a lot lighter. Now, something I really like to do is I take the brush that I use to blend out my concealer and I press some of the concealer into the innermost part of my brow. This also adds to the gradient effect, and it also helps me to push the eyebrows hairs back up again, because after brushing it so much with the spoolie, I feel like it all starts to go to the left or the right. I also want to emphasize that when I'm blending out my concealer for my eyebrows, I do not take the brush too close to the actual eyebrow. That's why I'm really big on outlining it how I want and getting those lines super straight with the concealer, because I don't do much editing after that point unless I feel like some of the lines are off or something isn't filled in as heavy. I go back in, which you'll see coming up soon. I know. I did exactly what I said I don't like to do, because everybody and their mama was calling me this day. I felt like things weren't looking right because I'm such a perfectionist. But this basically wraps out the eyebrow tutorial. Thank you guys for coming back to my channel. I appreciate it so much. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications, like and comment if you really messed with this video. You guys give me some pointers in the comments. Let me know if you liked it. And we'll be back at it soon again. And yeah, until next time, guys, it's been real.